quit on a Tuesday at 2:17 p.m. My laptop screen froze on the words, "We're restructuring." My rent reminder pinged, and my heart was pounding so loud I could hear it over the leaf blower outside. I hovered over the email draft that said, "I'm out." Not from the job search, from trying. But then I read a sticky note I didn't remember writing. One more. That note saved me, and it might save you too. Hey, I'm Sarah. And if you're 25 to 40, juggling career pressure, bills, a body that's tired, and a brain that won't shut off, I see you. A recent survey said most of us think about quitting something big at least once a week. Jobs, goals, even relationships. The lesson I learned the hard way is this. In the moments you want to give up, you don't need a miracle. You need a choice. The choice to keep going. One more call, one more rep, one more minute. Long enough for momentum to wake up. Here's how I figured it out. After a wave of layoffs hit my team, my We're Safe Slack channel went silent. I'd been a project lead at a tech company in Denver, commuting past the same guy jogging in a neon vest every morning. Routine felt like armor. Then it wasn't. I got the calendar invite with the short title, "Never Good." I didn't get cut, but my hours did. My workload exploded. And my manager's kind eyes were now always on another window. That week, my car battery died in a Target parking lot. I sat there in the driver's seat, shivering even though it wasn't that cold, staring at those giant red carts drifting in the wind. A kid dropped a Slurpee, blue ice splashing like a little explosion, and I thought, that's my brain. I wish I could tell you I rallied, I didn't. I doom-scrolled job boards at 1 a.m., sent 5 applications, heard nothing, and felt like a ghost. I snapped at my sister for asking if I'd eaten. My chest got tight every afternoon around 3, like clockwork. The lowest point? I was halfway through a video call when my camera glitched and froze on the exact frame where I looked defeated. My manager said, "You okay?" And I lied. The turning point came on a run I didn't want to take. I laced up because the walls were closing in. It was windy. My eyes watered. I saw that same neon vest guy from my commute, and he passed me like I was walking. But on the back of his vest, in Sharpie, it said, "One more mile." I hated him for a second. Then I tried it. One more mailbox, one more breath, one more block. Not heroic, not pretty, but doable. I got home and stared at my resume. One more line, one more tailored bullet, one more outreach message to a former coworker. I made myself a deal. I don't have to do everything. I just have to do one more. That's tip 1, the rule of one more. When your brain screams stop, give it something small. One more email before logging off. One more minute of deep work. One more push-up after the push-ups. It's how a motivational story becomes a real-life lesson, by shrinking the next step until your fear can't see it. Tip 2 showed up in a meltdown. I was crying in my kitchen, leaning on the cool countertop, when I remembered something from a TED-style talk. Emotions surge for about 90 seconds if you let them move, so I set a timer. I named what I felt: shame, panic, anger, and I paced. 90 seconds, then a breath, then one decision. That's the 90-second window. Name it, breathe. Move something, your feet, your shoulders, your jaw. When the wave passes, choose your one more. Tip 3 is the 2-minute reboot. I kept burning 40 minutes trying to psych myself up, so I started a ritual, 2 minutes only. Open the doc, reformat the header, don't think, start. 2 minutes beats 0 minutes 100% of the time, and it usually becomes 10. Tip 4 is a friction audit. I wrote down the exact spots I quit. I quit when I can't find my resume file. I quit when my gym bag isn't packed. I quit when the house is messy by 5 p.m., so I made quitting harder. I pinned my resume template to my desktop, set my email to open to my drafts, put my shoes by the door with socks inside, and loaded the dishwasher before lunch. Tiny, boring, elite. That's how pros win. If you need a deeper dive into this, I dropped an Atomic Habits link in the description. The book taught me to make good choices obvious and easy. And tip 5, build a keep-going squad. Not cheerleaders. Partners. I texted 2 friends. Daily proof pic? Clientisti? Keys. We sent 1 photo each day of evidence we didn't quit. Sweaty shirt, sent email, crossed off sticky note. No advice, just receipts. It's amazing what you do when someone's expecting your proof. The triumph didn't sparkle at first. It sounded like, "We'd love to move you to round 2. It looked like a spreadsheet where I tracked applications, date, company, status, so my brain could see progress when my heart didn't. It felt like walking out of an interview and not replaying every sentence. There were cliffhangers, a final round silence that lasted 9 days, a "we went" internal email that stung, a surprise DM from a hiring manager who saw my post about building a team culture that gives people back their evenings. I kept choosing one more follow-up, one more portfolio tweak, one more run around the block to shake out the nerves. Then the call. "We're excited to offer." I didn't hear the rest because I was crying again, happy this time, sitting on my porch with the late light turning everything gold. The offer wasn't just money. It was a schedule that respected my life and a leader who asked, "What does support look like for you?" I'd like to say it was fate. It was choices. One more after one more after one more. Here's the recap, simple and sticky so you can take it with you. The rule of one more, shrink the next step. The 90-second window, feel it, then choose. The 2-minute reboot, start tiny, get moving. The friction audit, design for fewer exits. The keep going squad, proof, not pep talks. You don't need a lighter load, you need a stronger choice. Discipline is remembering what you want when feelings forget. Momentum starts when perfection quits. If you need a motivational story to rewatch on bad days, save this. If you want a practical life lesson to use today, pick your one more right now. DM that mentor. Walk to the mailbox. Open the doc. Tell the truth in one conversation. Put it in the comments. What's your one more today? I'll check in and cheer you on. If this hit you in the gut, like, subscribe. And share this with the friend who's 1 inch from quitting. We're building a feed that makes you stronger, not smaller. Keep going. Your future self is already grateful.